Good morning to all of you here. I assume that everybody is from the college in terms of heads of institutions, heads of departments, senior faculty, and those who run the academics. One thing which was missed out was the role that I play in a very crucial role is I'm the chairman of Ethiraj College for Women in Chennai. So when I was listening to speakers, I put on that hat to listen to the speakers so that it makes more meaning to me most of the time. While that has helped me understand the gaps between both sides. As the Chief Operating Officer of Bhavan Cybertech, we recruit people. And on the other side, I have to create people who can be chosen by this hand has to work with the other hand. Before I begin, I was just thinking about when Sridhar said about how small companies, get ignored. My first job was with a company which we had never heard of. I was in the campus in Guindy Engineering College in Chennai. We had never heard of, first of all, the computer industry was not very popular those days. These guys came down and said, we have the passion, we can do this, we can do that. And what was the turnover of the company at that particular stage? Those days we didn't have the terminology called startup. I could very well say that was one of the startups. 39 lakhs was the turnover of that company in 1982. And when I joined the company in 83, they closed the turnover at about 6.3 crores. That was Wipro. You know where it is today. How many billions? I'll tell you, most of the time, why I said that was, I think the passion with which people like Sridhar talk is not without reason. I think, so I just got back to those days when I joined a company which only could proclaim 39 lakhs as a turnover. So I think that should be in all your minds as you, entertain companies at your campus. Another thing is, I feel the responsibility which all of us as elders, I would not even say colleges, I would not say parents, I would not say companies, we should have is that we have a big role to play in ensuring that the students that we create, the youth, are utilizable. I wouldn't even call employable. As citizens, in any walk of life, they should be utilizable. A simple fact is today, let us not forget what is in our DNA. Dr. Kalam was from this part of the country. Dr. C.V. Raman was from this part of the country. Ramanujan was from this part of the country. And what do we lack? It is just that what we feed is what we lack. I think that is where the big difference is. We have consciously conditioned our minds to work in a pattern. Mr. Kumar Jain said that. I think we are patterned in a way and we think we are right. And sometimes people flower in spite of the pattern. If you ask Indra Nooyi, was she outstanding in MCC? She was not the topper. But she's on top of the world. So every individual, there could be one Krishnan in any of the colleges in Tuticorin or Tirunelveli, that person can reach there. But what stops that to happen? The first thing is we are behind marks. Why marks? We can get a job and make money. But how? We don't know. And in that context, what happens is the person does not evolve to be utilizable. In fact, I remember a particular day, around 6-7 years back, one boy comes in. I was trying to, it was a fresh campus recruit. The first question he asked me was, "Vela easy irukuma? 9 to 5 dana, poidlama?" Ulla varave illa. He is not even contributed one bit to the institution, organization. And that is the mindset which we'll have to crack. We have to create people who understand. In fact, that is where what happens is, no, when we don't give them the empowered freedom to them, they don't think like adults. They think in a conditioned mind. And when they come out of the institution, how will they be responsible? Overnight, I mean, simple thing I'll tell you. For example, you, control them in every bit, including what they do, which hour, what they do, whether they are here, whether they are there, all that. The moment they go to an institution, they are not going to be looked at. They will be told, do this. And if they don't do that, there's no patience for us. We have our own other commitments to do, meet. So we will look for people who are able to take responsibility. In fact, I was thinking, when Anbu was asking me, what are you going to talk about? I think all that other things, innovation, so many words have been used. I think today, in today's world, the people, the students, not students, anybody who is working has to have a very collaborative working culture. When I say collaborative, see, typically if you look at it, 90 or whatever it is, knowledge used to be an important factor. People who do fantastically well in their academics and they have knowledge, they used to do well. The companies used to they had the patience to groom them or finish them like Infosys or Wipro or anybody. When I joined in 1983, I had a 1-year training program where I went through every bit. I knew how to integrate hardware, I knew how to develop software. Whatever needed to be done was taught, and then we were told, okay, you get into this aspect. Today, I don't think there's so much of time. So in that context, if you look at it from knowledge, we move to what is skill development, which is more employable. Then right now, we are talking about the attitude has to be very good. The attitude should be such that it should not be like coming and asking the CEO of the company, can I go home at 5 o'clock? That's the first question before even coming into the company. Then normally we say that teamwork is very important. Yes, people should be able to work together. In some parlance, I would tell you that teamwork, unless the institution creates environments where, in fact, Mr. Kumar Jayant was saying that how his daughter chose an institution which will give that freedom. It is extremely important. And right now I feel there should be enough scope to at least give them a taste of leadership. In fact, I can say with a certain amount of pride, last year when Sri Etiraj's 125th birth anniversary was there, we took it out on ourselves and created a 125 students split into about 8. Apart from the union that we have multiple, of course we have 60, 70 clubs. You name it and there will be a club with about 50, 60 people working together. We created what is called a league. And then there were about 8 into about 15 to 20 people who are driving some very specific thing, like an environmental league, which takes care of something with regard to green or something else, so many things. Why I'm saying that is, the idea is not to limit it to even one union or so many people. Everybody has to have a flavor of that how they can experience a little bit of leadership. All this, I'll tell you, will make them have an ownership of what they can do. In fact, today the bigger problem is when in the industry today, when Sridhar was saying that probably the older generation is probably able to retain the jobs better. One of the things could be that we don't have to keep reminding them too often. Whereas the younger crop, if they have the maturity, when I'm saying ownership, see, when your knowledge, skill, attitude, all that is there, teamwork, leadership, there is a sense of ownership that they develop, and they would be in a position to collaborate with each other. In fact, in today's context, in a different note, We go to a hospital and they probably do a ECG. They do this scan, that scan. All that is nothing to do with a medical doctor's outcome. It is an electronic engineer's outcome. But if that person did not collaborate with the doctor, that will never happen. At a high level, I'm telling you. So in the context of this, I think, first of all, the mind should be willing to collaborate with each other. So far, he's studied, he's written an exam, all on his own. Very rarely does he have to do something together. Suddenly, he comes into company, he's in a project, he's supposed to work along with people, and suddenly somebody tells him something. He has to understand that somebody is of a different, personality trait. Somebody shows anger, somebody is softer. All that he has to handle. He is not used to it. If he is given a job, he will do it. He will get 80 out of 100, whatever it is. But when he is put together, it's difficult. Second thing is, if he is told to do something, he should know that he has got to come back. If something is told to him, and can I get some water, please? Told to him that it has to come in 48 hours. We mean 48 hours. It is not whenever he can. But typically speaking, the student mentality continues, and they are not able to understand that those are important. So all these things make a huge difference. And as I was telling you, marks is only one of the aspects. I'm sure that when Sridhar said that somebody asked whether 4 arrears, if I finish, I'll get a job, he's not worried about the arrears. He would be worried about whether he will come in and do worthy work. I'll tell you all that ultimately, it's all what you call chapa for getting into the next level. But at the end of it, the best of students can fail in 1 or 2 years. If they are not providing enough for the company, they'll fail. It's only, these are all measures to select. And when we see 500, 600,000 students, it's not so easy to measure one by one. So marks are a measure, all these things are a measure. But at the end of it, like why does the 600 come down to 18? Is because in the aptitude test, their mind is not ready to understand how they should, they're not used to it. There was no subject called aptitude, and they didn't know how to get marks in that. If that were there, they would have probably done better. A simple thing, when I was talking about how knowledge has moved to such collaborative thing, I can take cricket and compare it very easily. In the 1970s, we were all very happy if one Gavaskar gets a century or one Chandrasekhar gets 5-6 wickets, even if India lost. We were celebrating. Until that point in time, if there were about 5-6 players who were very good, 3-4 players, somebody who can bowl very well, but he can't field, he'll be in one corner. So he will do one job like a professor. He'll go back, say that my job is done, I bowled. Somebody will bat, and then he'll say, I'll stand and slip wherever close by, where I will not get hit. Then we will hire some people like Solkar for only fielding. Because that's his job. There's nothing like, all of us will not do all the jobs. Our mindset was like that. We were in a Maharaja era. Each one doing some jobs and something was higher than the other one. Fielding was the lousiest job. That's a different issue altogether. Then it moved to a stage where there were a few people, more than a Gavaskar, more than there were about 3-4 people who could contribute. Okay, and then there's the attitude which came that we should win. We won the 1983 World Cup. We were made to understand that together we can win. We didn't require the best of the bigger names. We required Roger Binney, who probably did not play so much of cricket, but he could make a big difference that day. We required probably Mohinder Amarnath, who could bowl, or whatever. If you look at it, Srikanth was very good, but he was not Gavaskar. He was the top scorer in that match, 38. That made a huge difference. What I'm saying is, it moved to that. And in due course of time, you found that in today's context, I'll tell you the biggest asset in cricket field seems to be fielding. Those days, third man and fine leg will be for taking rest. Today, those are the most important places where somebody dives out, throws the ball back, and somebody inside catches it. How it has transformed. It's all mindset, it's collaboration. People now understand some of the matches when they got those brilliant blinders in the deep field, it looked like miraculous. But I understand today, in some countries, they are practicing for that. They are practicing how to, as a combination, how to pick it up, throw, and how to get it in. I mean, it's amazing. What it all means is, when I joined Wipro, what I saw as computer industry is not there today. So we already know in 30 years things have changed. So if we believe that the next 30 years it will not change, we'll be in a fool's paradise. So in that context, I think we have to make all those preparedness for facing the future. And definitely one thing, freedom. When we say freedom, I mean, even at Etraj, the freedom is not like do anything and everything. But when the freshers come, there is a different type of welcome that the seniors do. They ensure that they are drafted in. And then there is an occasion called Arambh, which is a cultural festival, where collaboratively they make sure that the freshers are welcomed and made to perform on stage. And the whole thing becomes a very good exercise. I think each one of you can look at how to make that happen, because many times the students find a very military-like environment in colleges. Indeed, yes, I would not like to say that 90% of the engineering colleges are actually curbing the freedom after school. School is enjoyable for the children. Engineering colleges are a prison for children. And after prison, when they come to organizations, they're not able to flower. It's a very, very blunt statement that I can make. I am also on this side, but I am very consciously trying to see how freedom can be given. Without freedom, I mean, like, we want freedom for the country, and we are thinking that 18-year-olds can vote and probably elect the government, but the same 18-year-old is not responsible enough to handle his or her own self. I think we are in a different world altogether, especially in a stage of, in an era where they are much, 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 much more knowledgeable than we were ever in our lives. When we were 18, we didn't know because we didn't have access to information. They have much more access, they're much more informed, and as I told you, they're electing governments. I think, in fact, I will tell you, the last point that I will tell you is that, can somebody tell me how, when a kid, ஒரு 2-3 வயசு குழந்தைய வந்து எழுந்து நடந்து ஒரு மூவ்மெண்ட் வர குழந்தை, ஒரு 3-4 வயசுன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, அதுக்கிட்ட வந்து நீங்கள் வந்து ஒரு அங்கே அந்த கண்ணாடி வச்சுருக்கீங்க, எடுத்துகிட்டு வாங்க, எப்படி போய் எடுத்துகிட்டு வரோம்? வேகமாக ஓடும். நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? ஐயோ பத்திரமா இருக்குது, ஓடாத ஓடாத ஓடாதுன்னு சொல்லுவோம். வளர்ந்துட்டே வரும். ஒரு 15 வயசில் அந்த குழந்தைய வந்து கேளுங்க, அதே இடத்துல ஒரு கண்ணாடி இருக்கு, எடுத்துகிட்டு வான்னு, என்ன பண்ணோம்? முதல்ல பண்ணாது, அது வேறு விஷயம். நீங்கள் பண்ணணும்னு நினச்சிட்டு சொல்லுங்கள், பண்ணால் எப்படி பண்ணோம்? இட் வில் கோ ஸோ ஸ்லோலி. ஏன்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் ஒன் திங் இஸ், நம்ம ஒரு வேகமாக இருந்த ஒரு ஹியூமன் பீயிங்கை வந்து ஸ்லோவாயிருன்னு சொல்லிட்டு 15 வயசில் சுறுசுறுப்பே இல்லைன்னு நம்மளே சொல்ல போகிறோம். அதே வகையில் வாட் வி ஆர் டூயிங் இஸ், வி கண்டிஷன் மைண்ட்ஸ் till they are 21, 22 and then want me or Sridharan or all the corporates to make them fast. That will never happen. Make them fast and then give it to us. We will make wonders to the world. May God bless.